Who else is just so happy and content being alone? It is Vlogmas Day 19, Tarot Vlogmas, hosted by Papa Squirrel. Do you celebrate Christmas, Yule, Hanukkah, Kwanza? Tell us about it. To explain what I'm going to talk about, I picked a few cards out of the Wildwood. In the very first video, I think, first two videos, I explained I'm very family oriented, and so I do celebrate Christmas, but in the sense of being with family and gift exchanges, spending time with family, having a lovely meal. Really, all that family time is the main focus because there's nothing religious about it for us. At least not to me. You know, I know my grandmother does go to church, but she goes there alone. Maybe my mother might join her, and maybe I might join them because it's just a nice atmosphere. You know, the place where we are at in France does have some beautiful churches. Apart from loving that atmosphere, I also just love architecture, so it's always nice to see those wonderful older buildings. But what I mean is, we celebrate something that we call Christmas, Noël. We see each other, we have gifts, we have some of our own traditions that we love. We just spend time together. That's what it is for us, right? I also picked the star, by the way. This is a beautiful star, isn't it, for the Wildwood? For my own practice, though, because I do follow the Wheel of the Year, or at least I am aware of it, I don't always celebrate the Sabbats. But when I make time for myself to celebrate Yule, the winter solstice, it is time that I spend alone. Obviously, many of the Christmas traditions that we have, I think about the winter solstice, I think about Yule and what it means, and I know that December 21st, 22nd, or 23rd, depending on the year, is the moment when the light is actually coming back. Now, we don't notice for another, I'd say, 2.5 months, maybe sometimes 3 months, because it's so dark out here. You will see me get increasingly translucent because this is no longer white pale. This is just, you'll be able to see right through me. In the darker months, I turn into Casper the ghost. I'm telling you, I was born in the wrong era. But I'm okay with being the only one who thinks about that. Having those little traditions and reminders of Christmas traditions, you know, for instance, the log. In France, we actually have a Yule log, which is now a cake, right? It's la bûche de Noël. Everything is food with us. I already said this. Everything is food, drink. Yeah. But it's fine because that is what we like to do and that is how we spend time together. Back to the subject. I enjoy being the one who holds this sacredness around those traditions and around nature because we're not that much of a consumerism type family. We have our own traditions. We like to do things our own way. I appreciate that we take the time to be together. You know, it's not crazy energy. Everyone seems to be happy, and that makes it really easy for me to sometimes go into hermit mode. And this in the Wildwood is the hooded man, the hooded figure. And this with the holly right above the door, it's the most Christmassy looking card that I have in a tarot deck, I think. It makes it easy for me to go into hermit mode, which is exactly what I need during the holidays. I love spending time with family, but you can be sure that I need the other side of the spectrum as well. I need that to be balanced. I cannot hold this up for very long without having this. And everyone seems to understand and maybe have the same need as I do to also have quiet time, alone time. In those moments of just me alone with my thoughts, I think about the light coming back, nature changing, the evergreens being there for us, promising us that the nature will grow back. Maybe there's a quiet blanket of snow emphasizing that entire story that nature tells us. I just like to be present in the moment. That to me is what I call Yule, the winter solstice. I like to think about the people who aren't there with us anymore. It's, I think, from Halloween on, Samhain on, because the months are so dark. To me, it's like the veil is thin, and the veil is always thin because it's a veil. That's a meme. But the portal is opened and it doesn't really close until somewhere in January the next year. That's how I see it. And so spending time with family, obviously, that enforces that type of ancestor energy as well to me. I always have a tarot deck with me, so I might do a Yule spread or something like that for myself, just to have some journaling and meditation, something. But most of the time it translates into spending time with family, loving that, and then having that space to be alone with my thoughts and contemplations. And that is what I see in the Hermit, and then especially this one, because it's such a Christmassy card. All right, that was it for me for today. I'll see you tomorrow.